I mean, I'm no car, but my fat ass will definitely keep these things down. Alright guys, so I just finished up putting together this QuickJack kit. All together it's probably no more than an hour, hour and a half. A couple of things you need to know about when you put this kit together. You have to have hydraulic fluid and you have to have a pump. Those air cylinders over there need to see at least 40 to 50 psi for operation. And then hydraulic fluid, you need roughly 2 quarts, a little more than 2 quarts. They recommend using either hydraulic fluid or auto transmission fluid. So keep that in mind. Got everything connected. I'm going to keep my hydraulic fluid here just in case I have to refill it. My breather is open, so let's take a look at how this thing operates. So I'm expecting it to take a little bit of time because there's no hydraulic fluid in the hoses. There we go. I should probably go over there, stand up on these things. I mean, I'm no car, but my fat ass will definitely keep these things down. Jeez. Alright, so this is its highest position. It's down 2 feet off the ground. Alright, so safeties are kicked in. Go ahead. This is my CrossFit workout for the week, by the way. I don't even know what CrossFit is, but I imagine it's something like this. Stand on QuickJacks. All right. Well, these look ready to be used. I'm gonna go ahead and get them under the Corvette and see what we can do with these. So I have the car in the air now with the QuickJacks. Just want to show you guys what type of clearance you have underneath the car when you do this. As you saw in the video of me getting the QuickJacks underneath the car, I had to install the short blocks that come with the kit. So there's two sets of blocks. There's these blocks, and then there's ones that are roughly half the size of this. So you can actually see them here underneath right there. Just for reference, when you take a look at the clearance that you have underneath the car, you actually have, I'm right at 18 inches from the bottom of the car. 17 and a half, 18 inches. And that's without the thicker block on there. So with the thicker block on there, there should be about 20 to 21 inches. So what I could do, and what I'm probably going to do, is put jacks underneath the car, lower it, and then put these blocks underneath it, and or maybe get a little more creative with it. I'll make another video of what my thoughts are on this. So I'll let you guys know why I made this purchase, because there's some extensive work I plan on doing on the car, which justified the purchase of these rather than paying somebody else to do it. So one of the things to note here is, not really quite sure how to take care of these hydraulic hoses. So they like to curl a lot, and obviously as you're bringing the car back down, you don't want the wheels to go back on top of these hoses. My thoughts are I'm probably going to take the longer hoses and zip tie them together and keep them connected to these ramps. One of the things that I did that I probably should have done a little bit better as far as planning goes is I should have put the QuickJacks underneath the car, or underneath in the center, and then drove the car over them. Not over them, but underneath the car, and then kicked them outwards. That way the hoses are actually routed underneath the car rather than from the outside. So unfortunately I didn't have the QuickJacks when I pulled the car into the garage before it broke down, but that's the plan moving forward to do that. The other thing you want to take into consideration is when these QuickJacks, when they go up, the car actually swings back. So I think the actual manual says you need 12 inches of swing back, so I am barely making it here with the car. I still have another maybe 3 or 4 inches to close the garage door. So you guys are probably wondering why I thought it was worth buying QuickJacks instead of just using a jack and jack stands like most people do. So the reasoning for that is I ended up getting some parts that I need to install in the car, considering the horsepower it's making and some of the stock components in there that will need to be replaced. One of them being the clutch. Currently, the car is making well over 600 horsepower in a stock clutch, which, quite frankly, I'm surprised that the clutch is still holding, but it is. The car's got 92,000 miles, and I'm willing to bet the clutch is stock. So sooner than later, it's probably going to be going out. So what I did was, for Black Friday, I began to look at some clutch packages. I ended up coming across clutch packages, twin disc in particular, with 700 to 1,000 real world torque ratings, anywhere between $1,700 and $1,900. That was about the best that I could find. As I started to piece the parts together, one of the clutches that I came across is the Summit Racing clutch. So it's a twin disc clutch, which is this right here. They have 2 versions of it. One of them is a full disc clutch. It's still twin disc, but it's only rated for 700 real world torque. With the plans for the car, I know that I'll be surpassing that here very, very shortly. So I opted for the 1,000 real world torque spec clutch, and the difference there are the actual clutch plates. So the 1,000 real world torque is a 6-puck. So the clutch comes just like this. It's actually bolted down. I have bolted it so you guys can see what's inside. The clutch is also balanced to the flywheel, hence the little mark here. But if you take off the pressure plate, here's what the inside of the clutch looks like. So it comes with one unsprung 6-puck disc, and then the other one sits there. All right, so obviously I'm gonna have to clean this up as I install it, get any dirt and debris and grease off of it, but just want to show you guys what this looks like. So in addition to that, the clutch itself came with some ARP hardware, 6 bolts for flywheel, got some Loctite alignment tool, and I got a 25 pack of shop towels for free. So on Black Friday, this clutch, for the Black Friday deal, this clutch cost $770 total, shipped to my door. Shipping was free. $770 includes the tax. I think it was like $720 or $730 without the tax. I'll post the actual clutch on the Summit website here on the screen so you guys can see it. I think right now it's going for like 820 bucks. But to me, seems like a good deal. It's got some good reviews online. I think it has a couple 5 stars, but I'll be the one to test that out and be the judge of that. Moving over to the left here, what I ended up doing was I ended up going with the Tick Performance slave cylinder, master cylinder, speed bleeder, remote speed bleeder, shim pack, and the quick disconnect tool. So all of this here I also got for, I got it on a Black Friday deal. It was I think $510 altogether. I think that was 10% off and this was 10% off. So altogether, I'm roughly $1,280 in here. So given the pricing that I had for a package between $1,700 and $1,900 in comparison to this, you know, I'm saving anywhere between $500 and $600 here. So that, I figured I could use that difference in the money to use towards a drive shaft, which I think the current drive shaft, the stock one, is gonna be giving up the ghost here very, very shortly once I do the next part of the build. So I'm going to use that money towards the drive shaft, which I priced out to be anywhere between $800 $900 so far. So hopefully that'll offset that price. Now the QuickJacks come into play because if you have somebody or a shop do the clutch for you, considering all the work that has to be done in the Corvette, you got to drop the transmission, the rear diff, the torque tube. The labor is somewhere around $1,200 and $1,400, give or take, a little more, a little less, depending on where you go. The QuickJacks themselves cost me $1,200, $1,230 or something like that, which I figured I will use to do this DIY, and then of course they'll come into play as I work on this car and any other car that I have in the future. So I figured that was a better investment than to pay somebody to do it once and not have the proper tools at home for raising up the entire car. So that's the reasoning for the QuickJacks. I will be doing a video on the install for this clutch and the rest of the stuff here. So stay tuned.